What's going on, guys? I'm here with my 2015 Toyota Highlander and it is smashed. So I'm in my garage. It's a rainy day. It's spring now, but it's still about 55 degrees and I'm gonna keep it closed for now. So I saw a video on YouTube and the guy's name is Blue Collar Kyle. He's the auto body guy. He had a 2018 Highlander, and when I'm trying to duplicate his efforts, he didn't show all of it. So he's a body guy, and when he received the car, the engine was already out, and that's the way I'm trying to give it to my body guy. Here's the inside. No airbags went off. Pretty nice. Lots of options. Even the rear hatch is motorized. Wheels. Now I've already done a lot to this, and this is already the replacement hood, and I'll probably take that off for the body guys, but I just needed a place to store it. I have the bumper off. I believe the bumper is still good, and it's over here, and it was hit on the side. The radiator support, everything is just moved over about a foot, and so I'm gonna have to cut out the radiator support and, you know, grind off the welds, make everything look really nice. And then on top of that, I'm going to pull out the engine. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do from here, but I know on the video from Blue Collar Kyle, when he serviced the vehicle, the engine was out. So he had clear and free access to the frame rails all over here, and he replaced it all the way back to the cab. But one of the things I was working on was trying to separate the engine. Like if we were to take out the engine, we want to separate everything that's going to go with the engine. For example, all this electrical right here is going to go with the engine, so therefore it's all separated. And one of the things I want to point out is that this is part of the fuse box and it stays with the engine. So it's here, this top part disassembles, and when you undo this nut, everything slides out and you can separate that part of the fuse box. And you can see right here everything is separated, and the only thing that's really left is the fuse box and all this here. But all of this is going to get bunched up, and it's going to sort of just get thrown over to the side, and that'll give easy access to this area of the car. Now this area here, the wire harness, is going to stay. That shouldn't give any problems. It's just going to stay there. And then the engine will drop out with the subframe. And of course the axle has to be removed as well, because this is a four-wheel drive vehicle. And when the engine drops out, the struts will go along with it, and the wheels. Basically the entire drivetrain will have to be removed at the same time. Okay, going from there, you can see here where the damage is. As I move the fuse box out of the way, this metal piece here was pretty messed up. This area here was hit, and everything was just yanked away from this body panel here. But then once all this metal is removed, you know, this piece here can stay, and the strut tower itself can stay. But it is cheaper to buy everything as a whole. And I did find a auto body shop, and they estimate it's going to be about 2 days of labor. Of course, I'm trying to shorten that time as much as possible by doing as much labor as I can here in my garage. One thing I wanted to note was that I did remove the windshield wiper assembly, and it's basically like a strut tower. It reaches from strut tower to strut tower, and that's where the windshield wiper assembly sits. So here it is here. It wasn't really necessary to remove it, but I just wanted more access in the engine bay. So, and it seemed pretty easy to remove. see that till now. There we go. So it took me days to get to this point. You know, I had to have the right tools and the right commitment and the right time. So whereas when I had a Kia, apologize for the noise. When I had a Kia, it literally took me about an hour to get to this point because everything was just bolt on. So anyway, you can see the frame rail here, how far it is over. This one isn't quite as far over, but it looks like it still needs to be replaced. Good morning, guys. It's the next day, and just want to tell you guys what we're doing today. So I'm going to try to get off the fender skirt on this side, and I apologize for the lighting. So I have lights on every side of my garage except for this one, so that's probably my next project. But you can see the fender skirt there has a pretty big wrinkle, and I want to show you guys the glue here. Look how nice the glue is. The what do you call it, the seam sealer between the metal sheets, nice and neat. Then you come over here and it's a disaster. So this this fender right here was replaced, and we knew that there was some body work previously, because if you look here, this bumper has a Toyota sticker on it, and the radiator support did as well. So the front end had some damage before we got to it. I don't know how much was replaced. I don't know if the frame rail was replaced before, but at least, you know, the radiator support and the wheel well was replaced as well. So, but I mean, it looks like they used original parts. Everything was put together pretty well, besides the messy seam sealer. So look how much seam sealer they used here, guys. There's about a ½ inch between the fender and the frame, and they didn't even bother straightening it. So they just filled it up to hide it, and now I'm trying to get it all out. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get in there with a screwdriver or a pick or something like that and just try to pull it all out. But this is really excessive right here, and that's just a sign of a bad body guy. I got the garage door open now, and you can see the carnage. And here's the frame here. I'm kind of tempted to take a 4x4 to it or something, or a 2x4, and try to bend it back. I don't know, it seems kind of fun. Anyways, you can see the seam sealer just went all over the place, and that'll just hose off, or you know, I could take a air compressor to it, it'll probably come right off. But yeah, that wire wheel, that was definitely made a mess. Just a quick note here, guys. This is the bumper. It's all aluminum, and there is no like shock absorber underneath it, or there's no space between the bumper and the frame rail. So this bumper gets bolted directly to the frame rail. So if there's ever an accident, the energy that goes through this bumper is going to hit directly to the frame rail. So yeah, these Toyotas, maybe they're built to last, but they're definitely not built to withstand an accident. And I think that's how they want it. You know, they want you to replace your car instead of repairing it. I hate to buy a car that can withstand an accident, but this really does make me want to buy a different kind of car. That's the end of part 1, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to try to make part 2 and possibly even part 3 real soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Well, what?
Bye-bye.
What?
Yeah. Well, you guys stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.